Hi, Mark Nickerson here, First Selectman of the Town of East Lyme. Welcome to another exciting episode of East Lyme Issues and Answers. Try to get to the heart of the matter and a few issues in town, questions. We try to have department heads come in and people about our community to come in and talk about our community and things that are affecting us in East Lyme. We've taken a little bit of a hiatus, so this is the first episode back. I told MJ in the booth to expect an exciting season. We have lots of guests lined up over the next couple months. I know you'll be binge watching this stuff on a snowy weekend or whatever. But today will be no exception to that rule. We have an exciting show for you today. We're bringing in Dave Putnam, who's our Director of Parks and Rec. Welcome, Dave.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me here.
Nice to have you here again. Yeah. It's always good to have you here. You're the busiest guy in town. You have so much under your domain, if you will, in your department. Let's talk about all the different things that you do in Parks and Rec.
Well, as far as from the park side of it, we're really excited about a couple initiatives that we have coming up. First one is restrooms at Cheney Park, which has been a huge thing since we've opened. Everybody has wanted to know when restrooms are coming, and I can fairly certain to say we'll have them for this summer through a grant process and some other types of things. We'll have kind of a portable, temporary facility that will be there for people to be able to use. So we're excited about that happening.
Portable facility, temporary, but yet it's a bathroom, yet it's permanent. So let's go into that a little bit. Sure. This is a steep grant from the state that we were awarded about 3 years ago. But the engineering of getting the pipes down to Cheney Park and getting the waste back up the hill back to the pump station, which is right next to, say, Dad's restaurant, and then back over to Waterford. It's, a lot of this and that, but we got to figure it out. The state has given us approvals to do what we need to do. Because FEMA regulations have changed, we can't build an actual permanent structure down at sea level. The FEMA says if you do that, you're not covered. You'll be building a municipal building that cannot be insured or be replaced. So it doesn't make fiscal sense using your tax money, even though it's coming through the state. So we're designing a trailer. And if you've been in some of these temporary trailers, they're permanent breakaway hookups, so we'll have running water and the waste will leave the facility. The trailers are custom designed, and we'll have a men's side and a woman's side, and it will be in a structure where even a wheelchair can roll up to the structure and get inside, and it'll be handicap accessible, etc. So we'll have the look and feel of a bathroom that's permanent. If a hurricane is coming up the coast, we'll have plenty of warning, I'm sure, and we'll hitch it up to one of our big trucks and get it out of the storm area. And also we'll be taking it out during the winter. We're going to not winterize this. We're going to make this a seasonal thing. So, somewhere in April and somewhere in October, November, we'll be closing it down and opening it, etc. So we are excited about that. It's part of it was always part of the plan of Cheney, right?
Since I've been on board to get bathrooms down there, absolutely. It's well needed, much necessary.
Yeah, it's a big beach for us, and the porta potties, first of all, are very expensive. We're paying thousands of dollars a year to have porta potties, which is not a good place to go.
Right, absolutely. So we spend about $7,800 a year on porta potties down there. So it just makes sense to go this route and to have something a little bit nicer for people to be able to use it. Also have an outdoor shower, similar to our other facilities. So when people are done with the beach day, they can come and shower off and then get in their cars and go home. So we're excited about that. And then also the dinghy docks and
we have the kayak
down there, kayak launch down there.
Yes.
That'll be handicapped accessible as well. So
that's all part of that grant that we got approved. So dinghy docks are for transient boaters that can come in and use their smaller boats and come into our downtown, take their little whalers over and hitch up and for free and come on downtown and use facilities or go to our beaches or whatever.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It's just more improvements, which is great.
So under the Parks and Rec umbrella,
Yeah.
youth services,
Correct.
you have the beaches,
Correct.
obviously the ball fields and
Right.
the parks,
Correct.
boardwalk,
Boardwalk is under our domain as well. Yeah.
all that programming that we do.
Right.
We send that book out 4 times a year with all these different programs, whether it's ski trips and it's youth services,
Aerobic,
of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so our events magazine comes out quarterly. We're excited about that. That's a really professional magazine that we do with Essex Printing. It comes to everybody's home. We're excited about the program offerings we do, from aerobics to our kids programs. So we're from cradle to when people get older. So
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's exciting.
We hand them off to the senior center.
Do, to some extent,
point.
yeah.
Down
Sometimes,
the
yeah.
down the other side of the building.
Right.
So good for you. So we're gonna so we're adding on to all your responsibilities. You're gonna have a bathroom to clean, and a dinghy dock to kind of watch over and police a little bit. But also we're building a park up on Main Street.
We are excited about that at the old mobile station. Everybody has said there's been a committee that's been hard at work for the last probably 4 or 5 months to come up with a design plan that's been approved by my board, the Park and Rec Commission, by the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Finance.
Selectmen,
and
Finance, Zoning Board of
Town
Appeals.
meeting,
We
yeah.
still have to go to zoning at the time of this taping. I'm hoping that will go through fine, and then we'll be off to the granite factory to have the granite made and milled and whatever they do to cut the stuff to get it built.
Right, and absolutely, and what a great showpiece for Main Street, Nyack Main Street, as you come down Penn Ave, have a beautiful view of the Long Island Sound still, and then have a green area there with benches and walkways and that kind of thing. Just be a really nice way to welcome people into Nyack and to East Lyme.
So there's an opportunity for residents and people who love our town to donate by buying etched bricks. Really granite bricks and granite pieces. There's 2 sizes. Niantic Main Street are selling etched bricks. I think they've begun the sale of those. So contact Terry Smith over at Smith Acres, or go over to Mermaid Liquors, Sukumro. They're selling the bricks. We expect to raise a significant amount of money to pay for the park. We're trying to do as much of that as possible these days, do some fundraising. Another fundraising, good segue, Mark. Good segue, Dave.
Good, absolutely. Good,
We're
great
here really
segue.
to talk about the main subject today, which is the Miracle League field that we hope will be built in East Lyme. It's a regional use field. Why don't you just dive right in and tell us all about this?
I will. So we started a relationship with the Miracle League of Connecticut this past summer. We did a program called I Can Bike, which taught developmental and physically challenged individuals how to ride a bike independently. It was a great program. We had 29 kids come to East Lyme and participate in that program. And with our relationship with the Miracle League of Connecticut, there were discussions came about as the Miracle League would like to build a field in southeastern Connecticut. I said, I don't want you guys to go any further. I want to do it right here in East Lyme. And so from there, we started looking at potential locations and sites and some more discussions on that. And we kind of looked at Flanders Elementary School as in the back there. They have an open field area that was being used for recess and not much else.
Right.
And it's the proximity to 95 was great. It was close there. So if we're taking a regional approach for this, for our programming issues, we wanted something that was close to 95. So from there, we made a presentation to the East Lyme Board of Education about moving forward with this concept for a Miracle League field, which is a totally wheelchair accessible athletic field, not only for baseball, for soccer, lacrosse, and some of those other things. So some of those other types of programming. And
So the Miracle League part of it, we're talking about kids with severe handicaps, or not
could
necessarily
be, not necessarily,
severe,
right, correct.
but maybe not at a physical level where they're playing regular Little League ball,
Correct.
or Little League soccer, if you will, youth sports, and this gives them a rubberized surface, kind of hazard-free,
Correct. Yeah.
where they can play a ball, whether it's, we're talking about baseball, t-ball, if you will, to soccer, to
lacrosse, potentially. It's unlimited what we can do there. As far as that is concerned, the surfacing will be adaptable to that. So if someone's in a walker or a wheelchair, it'll be easy for them to be able to operate, which is important. If you know a regular Little League field with the dirt and bases and all that other kind of stuff is really challenging for those. So that's why this is a great opportunity. We have been working with the Miracle League of Connecticut, which built a field already in West Hartford, Connecticut. It was the first Miracle League field in New England. We went out and we looked at fields in Albany, New York. We looked at fields in Acton, Mass. So we went out and looked at a whole bunch of different things. This is kind of behind me is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
what we're
yeah.
going to look at. And so it is
So
a
help
field
us
here.
get
Sure.
us. So
Right.
is that
So this
Flanders School?
Yeah,
there?
this is right here. If you can see, this is Flanders School. This is the gym, and this is the field in the back here. So this
Okay.
is like their playscape area that is presently here. So you would come behind Flanders School with a wheelchair accessible walkway and come to the athletic field here. Athletic field is, like you had mentioned with the surfacing, there's a couple different options. You have two options. You can do a rubberized or you can do a synthetic turf
Right.
with a really low nap that makes it wheelchair accessible. So all of this has been designed with this landscape architect. His name is Phil Barlow from 2 Design out of New Britain, and he's come up with this schematic plan for this field. The fences are at 125 feet, so it's a little modified from a Little League field, which is normally 200 to 225 feet. It's fully enclosed, it's fully fenced in,
Okay.
it has a scoreboard, dugouts for shade, bleachers, anything that would go into a typical Little League field.
Right.
We're going to make sure is done
Right.
here correctly and done for these kids. And then we do hope to program it with not only sports or Miracle League sports, but also with our own local t-ball and soccer and that kind of thing. So when it's not being used for a Miracle League program, it would be open to the public to use.
Our youth sports can
Our youth
use
sports,
this,
absolutely.
and
It'd be great for
obviously-
t-ball, obviously,
Yeah.
or some of the lower age groups
Right,
to be able to
especially that.
participate in. And then the school can use it too during recess and
Right,
kickball and PE
right.
classes and that kind of thing. So it's a win-win. We are looking to totally fundraise for this project. I'm not, I have no intentions to go to any Board of Finance or town taxpayers to use this. We started our fundraising campaign in November with kind of an unveiling ceremony at Flanders Fish Market, and since that unveiling in November, we've raised $85,000 towards this project.
And we really haven't gotten started
to
yet.
the meet, right?
We really will be looking for matching funds. We'll be looking for grant money. Corporations that typically want to that support community events and fundraising, especially regionalized events like this. This is you know, it is it's southeastern Connecticut or eastern Connecticut.
Yeah.
We'll be the only one east of Hartford, this field, at least presently. This is a great thing for corporations and businesses to get behind. How does one contact? Someone's watching out there right now going, great idea. I know that my company matches funds, especially a qualified nonprofit. This is going to a great cause that will lift the quality of life for so many in our community, the special ones especially. How would one contact?
Right, so 2 ways. They can get in touch with me at the East Line Park and Rec office. It's not a problem. Or they can go to the Miracle League of Connecticut website, which is miracleleaguect.org. Go to that website and it has all that information about how you can be involved. I do have a publication out of this. We set up a board of directors to oversee this project and to help with fundraising. And so we have a marketing committee, we have a fundraising committee, we have 24 people that came out to our first board of directors meeting to want to be involved in the board of directors. So we have had that set now. We have a lookbook, which is something that we can provide somebody that has donation levels, how to get more involved.
Okay.
We're in the process of having that that's almost completed, so we're looking forward to that.
So Miracle, I want to repeat that 5,000 times
Right.
here. Miracle League CT, because these fields do operate around the country.
Right.
This isn't a new concept, but it is kind of new up here in New England. So miracleleaguect.org.
.org, correct.
.com.
Right.
.org. Go there. Are the video links on there
The
too?
video links are on there, absolutely. So go to the baseball page especially, even though we'll have more than just the baseball field.
Yeah.
But if you go to the baseball link, it's really heartwarming to
It's
see.
about a 6-minute video.
Correct.
Sit back and watch it. And I've seen it 20 times now. The goosebumps, the lump in the throat. What you see is truly amazing. What happens with the families get to take their kids to a sporting event that they've never done before.
Right.
That they get to sit in the bleachers and watch their child who might be.
Is that spelled correctly? Is everything right on that?
No.
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 A.
So Miracle. I think there's an A in there. So
MIRACLE.
MIRACLE.
Yeah.
How's that? So miracleleaguect.org.
Right. Perfect.
And with
Yep.
no space in there too, but people at home know how to do that, right?
Right.
miracleleaguect.org. Thank you.
Yeah,
In the booth.
thank you, yeah.
So here's the other miracle, and this is what I learned on the video. The real connection of the varsity team,
The buddies, right?
the people that come out to help to push the wheelchairs around with their buddies. What happens is the whole community gets something out of it. If you don't think your child, who might be on a little league or a varsity team today, wouldn't get something, wouldn't find maybe a lesson in humility, or how fortunate their lives might be when they're among this and see what it does and how heartwarming it is. It's really a special thing. I really applaud you, Dave, for taking this initiative and saying, you know what, East Lyme's the right town for this in the area. It's
You know what, it
amazing.
really is, and it really is, because just from our little bit of discussion that we've had about it, a lot of companies have already come forward.
Yeah.
Bayberry's has done a fundraiser for us. Costello's Restaurant has done a fundraiser for us. Arthur Murray Dance Studio. Geico has donated $15,000 to the project. The East Lyme High School Middle School, the East Lyme Middle School teachers have donated. The high school students in their extravaganza have donated monies towards it. Flanders Fish Market. And then it was nice, we have this Power Together group that's together in East Lyme that picks a charity every quarter to give to, and we were fortunate enough to be that charity that they're going to put recipients
that's
of
great.
$10,000 from that group,
Bam,
which
like that.
which is really cool. And then through just very little outreach as of yet,
We're just
and
starting.
just starting, absolutely, which is great. And
But I don't know if you mentioned the price tag on this. It's not cheap to
Right.
build this right, to build this correctly. All in, it's
500. Well, all in, if we do all three phases, and I can get to that a little bit, but the field itself is about $550,000, and that would just be this athletic field here.
and probably the walkway.
And
to
the
get
walkway,
there.
correct, to get
Right.
there, right. And so then we have the second phase, if we're able to get that fundraising momentum and
Yeah.
continue that to snowball, there's a fully accessible playscape that would go with it.
Awesome.
So that's another $250,000 price
Yeah.
tag, and then obviously a restroom
Adding
facility.
restrooms, storage,
Correct,
maybe. Is there concessions involved? in
Not
these?
yet. I mean, that's something
Yeah.
we could do down the road
Or
with
just
the
bring
restroom
it-
facility, but
just bring in a
really,
vendor.
yeah, our first goal is get this field built, and
Right.
then if we can continue to do fundraising, there's momentum there. Would love to do an accessible
So
playground.
and
too.
you got to build it right, and what a powerful project. Now to bring the cost down, we talked offline, and it's a little secret, but we're hoping to find contractors in the area that would be part of it, landscape contractors that would know how to level off turf. And we're going to have to bring in the specialty companies for the specialty part of it. But there's things part of this project that we can have local contractors build, and we're hoping for some of that in our community. And we're pretty confident we'll get some of that. And also, I as a first selectman are very comfortable saying, listen, we're not going to use tax money for this, but we can use in-kind services. We have a great public works crew. Your parks and rec crew is amazing, and there might be opportunities for them to come in and help grade the land or remove some trees or whatever. But we can bring the cost down a little bit, but we're still going to need some significant fundraising
Right.
and for this field.
And so we have a fundraising committee that's run by Julie Wilson and Deb Fountain.
Great.
And I'm confident that we're going to get that. I'm so excited that we've raised $85,000 to date. So when we first started this, it's a daunting. You're thinking about if we do all three phases, $1 million, and
Right.
without just going out and doing that. But I think the excitement that people have shown behind this.
Yes.
What we have set up for just fundraisers. Now, if I could touch a little bit on that, I know we have a trivia night coming up on March 10th at the 9X Sportsman's Club.
Oh, great.
They're going to let us use their facility at no
course.
cost to be able to do that. So we're March 10th. Look for more information on our Facebook
right.
page regarding that. We have Smith Insurance is doing a Meatballs for Miracles with a meatball cook-off at coming up in early March. So they're bringing in some of their vendors that do a meatball tasting kind of thing.
Can I be a judge?
You'll have to ask Bill. Yeah. So
Bill?
I would think maybe, yeah. And then this coming, I don't know when this is going to air, but this coming Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday.
At Smith Acres, they do the indoor farmers market, and so they're having a Super Bowl where for $5 you can go and sample soups from 5 or 7 different local restaurants, and then the
great.
proceeds from that are going towards the Miracle League Field. The
Awesome.
Nyack Bay Boardwalk 5K, which is a big road race for us coming up April 22nd. Proceeds from that, again, are going towards the Miracle League Field. Then the Nyack Rotary is doing their Kentucky Derby Gala on May 5th, and the proceeds from that are going towards the Miracle League Field as well.
And you're concentrating really on the fundraising in East Lyme, Niantic. We haven't even branched out yet. This is a regional approach. We got to go up to Norwich. We got to get over to Mystic and
all
down
the way to Guilford.
I was going to say Saybrook, but you're right. All the way down the coast. This facility is going to touch the hearts of the region, and will encourage everyone to participate. Right. This is wonderful. What great momentum is already building here.
Yeah, very excited about it. And we hope to have a big kickoff gala in November. Look for a little bit more information. I can't really explain too much about it, but we have an advisory board to the Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut, who consists of Pete Walker, who is the pitching coach for the Toronto Blue Jays, and an East Lyme High School graduate, and John McDonald, who was a 16-year Major League professional player at East Lyme High School graduate. He's on our Miracle League board, advisory board, and Andrew Bailey, who was an ex-Red Sox and Rookie of the Year in 2009. He's on our advisory board. And, Todd Donovan, who's a scout with the Phillies, another East Lyme High School grad, and
so
Roger
we have an
LaFrance.
event coming up in November.
It's going to be a baseball baseball team themed event. We're still working on that.
Okay.
Right now, a little preliminary for me to throw out too many details.
So you'll tell
yet.
me off camera.
We will,
okay,
absolutely,
good.
yeah. So
and then I'll tell everyone else.
We're looking to that be kind of our signature event.
Wow,
so that way we can incorporate all of Southeastern Connecticut and get really everybody involved. And so we're really excited about who we have on our advisory board and who's come forward. We haven't really gone out other than to make presentations to local Rotary clubs and some other agencies and stuff to just let people know what's going on here in East Lyme.
So this is a special thing. Let's recap. Let's go back and talk about what this is. The Miracle League Field, a rubberized, more than likely a rubberized surface, multi-sport facility for physically
and developmentally challenged
children. You got to be careful how you say all that, but and especially if you go to miracleleaguect.org, there's a video under the baseball tab, and you can kind of see how this all works, and it is amazing. And you got to kind of step back and think about. Okay, I have 2 boys, and they played baseball, and they played all those sports, and then they go out to high school level, and they played some varsity ball too. But think about the kid that never can play because of a handicap, and think about the parent who never got to sit in the stands and watch the kid play. Yeah. And when you see that on the video, you just go, "Oh yeah,
it makes sense, doesn't it?
Right.
What took us so long to do this?
Wow. What does it feel like to be in the stands for the first time after all the struggles? Maybe the family maybe had to endure. So here you are in the stands cheering on. It's kind of neat. It's really neat. And again, then watching the local kids that might come out, whether it's the Boy Scouts or the Little League team or the varsity team that's coming out and helping out that day and kind of engaging. Right. And it's magical.
It is that
not a miracle. But we call it the magical field. But it's amazing what happens.
Right, and that peer-to-peer relationship is really important for the success of the program.
So it's a regional approach. It's a regional field. It's a regional facility. We want outreach. If you're watching this and you work for Pfizer or over at EB, one of the banks and one of the corporations and one of the many great organizations in our regional community, help us out. Reach Dave Putnam. What's your phone number over there?
860-739-5828.
5828, and it's dputnam@eltownhall.com.
Please,
you can reach out to Dave. You know how to reach me as well, mnickerson@eltownhall.com. Any comments at all are welcome. And we want you to go to miracleleaguect.org, see how it all works. And then if you would be so kind as to donate, or find an organization that fundraises and helps us raise money. We want to get this. We want to get this thing going. It's going to go behind Flanders School with this appropriate space. It's been approved by the Board of Ed already,
Yep.
and I would assume the Parks and Rec Commission is.
They're totally on board. Absolutely, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And here we are in the dead of winter. Snow's falling down outside the door as we speak. But before you know it, the beaches are going to be open, and you're going to be back in business prime time.
We are, yeah. We start going into our full sprint here in the next couple of weeks, and start hiring our seasonal staff and get ready for another great beach season in Niantic. It'll be great. Yeah.
Another great beach season. We got the band shell up and running. We got the boardwalk up and running. We have we're going to have a new park on Main Street. Bathrooms down at Cheney Park. It's another great season coming up in East Lyme, and in the meantime, we're busy at work, as you can see, planning for the summer, but also planning for the future, which will really be, as I put it earlier, it's kind of the next boardwalk project in East Lyme. I think it's going to be that important. I think it fills our hearts, and it's kind of the inside job part of East Lyme. We have the facilities and all that, and then doing something, this big project that pays it forward for so many families in our region. Congratulations on this great project, having the initiative to say, yeah, we will tackle this. And bringing it forward. You're putting tons of work and time into it, and you're surrounding yourself with great people.
Well, that's the whole key. Yeah, we have great people on our committees and on our board of directors, and I can't wait to get that shovel in the ground. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be really something.
Yeah. Great. We look forward to hearing more about the Miracle League, CT.org. That's going to go into Flanders, behind Flanders School.
Absolutely.
Thank you. My guest has been Dave Putnam, Parks and Rec Director. Long time Parks and Rec. 11 to 12 years?
13
years.
Our 14th summer, yeah.
Oh, been around for a long time. A townie.
Right.
Came back and worked for us. That's great. My name is Mark Nickerson, the first selectman of East Lyme. This has been Issues and Answers, a whole episode dedicated to the Miracle League field that we hope to build in East Lyme. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.